So welcome to Infocom in Orlando. I'm Chris Wright, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about how the software configuration for our VSR 264 and VSR 265 recording and streaming units is working. So these are appliances, and they serve up a web GUI. So what we have is a very simple discovery application that looks across the network. It runs on a Mac or a PC and finds, as you can see, devices that are on the network. If you can manage multiple devices, you simply click on open and it opens the web page, which is served up from the unit. I'm using this VSR 264 unit here. So within the web GUI, you can set up the audio configuration. So this is has got pro audio levels, balanced reference levels, so you can say it can integrate with any kind of audio installation. You've got your encoder settings, video scaling, if you want to scale it up or down. You've got your variable or constant bit rate, your keyframe interval, the type of encoding, type of codec you're using. The H.265 is for the VSR 265 unit, a higher quality codec, and up to 30 megabits. So these are low bit rate encoders suitable for streaming across the web, between buildings, or over a WAN or a LAN. Audio configuration up to 512 kilobits, which is pretty significant and very high quality. Then you can set where the streams are going. So these units can simultaneously generate multiple stream types simultaneously. So you've got up to 3 RTMP outputs. Once you've paired it with your account, the credentials are stored inside the unit. So it really is an appliance. You don't need a computer to stream, record, encode, or decode. But while it's doing those 3 outputs, it can also generate a HLS stream for Apple devices, which you could pick up from a wireless router, so your iPad or iPhone. It can generate 2 unicast point-to-point streams and a multicast, so that's 1 stream to the switch and multiple consumers from the switch, an RTSP server, and you can record simultaneously again, record the file as transport stream or in MP4 to an SD card that goes in the front, or USB media that goes in the back, USB drive. I've got a USB memory stick just in the back. And the very interesting thing is that once it's recorded, the file can be uploaded to an FTP server automatically. And because you get back from the FTP server, you get back an acknowledgement. You can also ask it to delete files from the local storage once it's uploaded. So that means it can self-clean. So the local storage never gets full. Of course, you've got other settings like for the decoder, so it's simultaneous decoding. This one is decoding as for confidence monitor stream that this unit is also encoding. So I can check that my stream is good. But it could be decoding a stream from a completely separate unit elsewhere and putting it up on a big screen. You've got some other settings for security. So if you're setting this up as an administrator, you can prevent other people changing the settings. You've got network settings, very simple, straightforward settings to configure here. And you can decide whether it's going to be an encoder, a decoder, or both at the same time. So this is a very straightforward way to configure it. And as I mentioned, once it's configured, all the settings are stored inside the unit. You don't need a computer. Single button press for streaming, single button press for recording, but it also has its own API, so you can configure it behind control systems. So it could be that you've got a button on a touchpad that you're using to turn on and off the streaming. Okay, thank you very much.